Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this live stream event. My name is Alexia, and I am the program manager of the Microsoft Reactor Toronto. I will be sharing session resources with you in the chat. But before we begin, I'd like to quickly review two items, our code of conduct and event guidelines. First, with our code of conduct, please take a moment to review our code of conduct. Microsoft Reactor seeks to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. We encourage engagement in the chat, but please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. And secondly, our event guidelines. The session is being recorded and will be available on demand through the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. I will be sharing the link in the chat for our channel. And if you've not been on a live stream through YouTube before, please note that you must create an account on YouTube in order to access and interact in the chat. You can set that up now. And if you're unable to use the chat but have questions, feel free to reach out to us through social media or on Meetup. Which brings us to today's session. I'm going to bring in our speaker here, Luis. Hi, Luis. How are you?
Hello, Alexia. I'm really happy to be here, really excited to talk about AI. What about you? How are you?
Very, very excited to kick off the May.I series for this month. Yes. Thank you so much for being here, and take it away.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a really cool name, May.I. Awesome. So let's get started. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope that this session is interesting for you. Please let me know where are you joining from, so we can engage, and we can also discuss some of the topics that I'm going to present. I would like to get a lot of questions, and I will do my best to answer them. Okay, so before we get started, just very brief introduction. Computer vision, is one of the core areas of artificial intelligence and focuses on creating solutions that enable our applications to see the world and do something with this information, describe it, find faces, detect the emotion of some people. And these software or applications are capable of processing images or even videos by capturing some frames. The ability to process these images is the key to create software that can emulate the human visual perception. Computer vision is a cognitive service in the Microsoft Azure offer that provides computer vision capabilities pre-built, but you can also create your own models, and you will see in this session how to do it. So with this service, we can analyze images, return details about it, and even the objects that are inside. So this is just some brief introduction. Then about me, my name is Luis. I am a Mexican Microsoft MVP in 3 categories, mainly because of the contributions, because I love to talk about mobile applications, cloud computing, and of course, artificial intelligence. Especially this last one, because I am currently a PhD student at Thomas Bata University in Zlín, Czech Republic. So yeah, you can find more about me in this link that is in the screen. Feel free to contact me, send me some email. You can find it in that link. Yeah, let's engage with these topics. All right, so this is our agenda. This is what we are going to talk about. First of all, what is Project Florence and what is the importance of it in the image analysis 4.0, because our topic, of course, is what's new in the computer vision service. So recently, a couple of months ago, the version number 4 of the API of the SDK was launched, and with this one, new capabilities were enabled. So we will see. We will show some demos, share some resources, and I will answer some of your questions, but feel free to post your questions in the chat. And if there is some time, let's say in between, I will answer them. If not, at the end. All right. So let's start with Project Florence. This is the first time that the Cognitive Services for Vision launches a large foundational model with codename Florence. There have been a lot of research papers by Microsoft team, and basically a large foundation model is trained with a massive amount of data. But one of the particular things here is that it contains billions of pairs which consist of text to image. And it is also known as a multimodality model because it can work with language and vision capabilities, which enables new tasks in the vision AI field. For example, text-to-image retrieval and dense captioning. Basically, the language capabilities and visual vision capabilities are merged together in this new foundational model. And well, yes, this is what we said. And in the past, or let's say, it was quite common to train a vision model by providing some pictures, some photos. If you wanted to do image, let's say, recognition, you say, okay, in this picture, there is an apple. In this other picture, there is a cat. And you provide a lot of examples. If you want to do object detection, okay, you have to label, let's say, and add some bounding box. Okay, in this place or in these coordinates inside the picture, there is a cat. In these other coordinates, there is a dog, and so. However, now, the live foundation model, you train large data sets with, let's say, a few examples. And this is quite similar to what OpenAI models do with few-shot, let's say, learning. But yeah, it brings a lot of capabilities, and we can even do it because there is one capability which we will see as it is known as image retrieval. With few examples, you can bring, or by using natural language, for example, you can retrieve or get images from your own data sets. So yeah, you train this model and you adapt it to some individual tasks. The data set, as we said, is a pair of image and text information. But instead of the typical label like apple, like orange, now the text is the description of the image. For example, a basket full of fruits, or a person walking with a dog on the street. Something like that. So now you are providing context, description, what is happening in the picture. This is now your data, and it brings a lot of capabilities. So the model is more powerful. It also requires more time because yeah, it has to process and now much more, let's say, data. But the advantage is that you get a very precise model. On the other hand, right, and one advantage to us is that, let's say, Microsoft and the partners already did this training. So the model that we can access through the API, through the SDKs, and through other tools, like you will see, Vision Studio, it's already trained, so we can directly use it in our applications. And of course, these models are also the foundation of other applications like Teams, Office, and even other software like Xbox or HoloLens, and so on. Okay, so this was just some background. Now let's go to discover what are the new features available in Azure Computing Vision. So let's say that these capabilities are available in public preview mainly nowadays, or at this date. They are still in public preview, but they are quite close, right? Maybe at build, they will be in stable version. Version is number 4.0 preview. We can use them in our applications through SDKs in C#, Python, C++ is also supported. Also through Vision Studio. I will talk about it in a minute. And just remember that the main difference between version 3.2 and version 4 is that these models, or this new version, is powered by the Florence models that we described a minute ago, which brings new capabilities such as captioning and dense captioning. Okay, Vision Studio is a portal which allows us to try most of the capabilities of Image Analysis 4.0, and we will demonstrate some of this in while we go through the capabilities. One of the particular advantages is that you don't need an Azure account at all, or subscription, right, at all, to test these capabilities. And well, it can be easily demonstrated. If I open, let's say, an incognito window and I access Vision Studio, well, yeah, the basic, I'm not a robot, blah, blah, blah. Sorry for that. You will see that several capabilities are available. So yeah, this is the link, Portal Vision, cognitiveazure.com. Of course, they are examples already provided by Microsoft. In some cases, we can bring or test with our own data. So you see, we can try it out, like analyze some video, for example. It loads some samples, and then maybe, let's say, we select this video and we can run a test. I'm not focusing or being specific in the example, but what I mean is that if you test some of the functionality, you can get results. You can see what is happening with these new capabilities. So you are not limited by just need Azure subscription to test everything. No. Of course, if you bring your own subscription, then you can do even more. But we will talk about it in a minute, okay? So yeah, just access Vision Studio, and then you can test these new capabilities. But which are those capabilities? Okay, so let's go back. So there are 6, let's say, main categories. Captioning and dense captioning. I will talk in a minute. What is it about? Video summary, frame locator, model customization, image retrieval, background removal, and some previous capabilities like tag extraction or OCR, optical character recognition. They were improved. Okay. All these capabilities are right now in public preview. They are available in the SDK 4.0, except, you can access the API except for the video summary and frame locator, which is available only in Vision Studio. Okay, good. So let's go. Let's see our first example. So what is captioning? Captioning means that you provide an image to the API, SDK, or Vision Studio, and as a result, you will get a sentence in English that describes the image content. This sentence makes sense, which means that it is, let's say, human readable. So you can see in this example, there is a picture and the result or the image analysis says a man pointing at a screen and with confidence level. So yeah, this is what you get in the JSON output, confidence score. And even though I don't show it, you also get some metadata about the file, the version of the model that we are running. In this case, we would get 2023 preview version 4.0. Yeah. But there is a much more powerful capability known as dense captioning. Dense captioning in image analysis 4.0 is a powerful capability that provides multiple captions, multiple sentences for an image. Because of course, maybe we have heard this saying that an image is worth more than 1,000 words. Well, not only words, but also sentences, right? Because a lot of things can happen in a single picture, right? So you can observe that the dense captioning analysis, you can get some, general caption, a man in a yellow apron cooking meat on a grill with a woman in the background. But you can also get a specific captioning with the bounding box, with the coordinates, where this caption, like a person holding a spatula, is happening, right? Or a person wearing a yellow apron, and so on. So, yeah, as we mentioned, it is more powerful. Which one to use? It depends on the purpose of our image analysis. Do we want just general sentence, or we want a detailed description? Then that's the service or capability that we will test, correct? So yeah, let's demonstrate this, right? Good. So for that, let's go to Vision Studio. Just a second, right? And I will bring my account that I am connected already. And well, in Vision Studio, right, I will access the image analysis tab. And there is add captions to images and also the dense captioning. So for example, we can click on add captions and we can just select one of these, or we can bring our own files, right? So for example, give me a second, and let's choose, I don't know, this one, right? So, oops, what happened? Okay, let me just refresh because probably, yeah, it logged me out. It happened a while ago, so I will just test it again. Yeah, you know, the demos, when they are live, yeah, we get some. Okay, this is fun. If it doesn't work, I will go for the for the incognito session. Okay, sorry for that. I'm not sure what happened, but it was working before, right? No, it happens. So I will just allow this to load, and yeah, let's choose one picture. I will just select again this one. And yeah, we get some caption. Not sure what happened with my account, but anyways, maybe I just need to sign in again. But yeah, we get a woman and a girl in a grocery store. Yeah, it is true. This is something that we can also say, right? But of course, this was analyzed by the computer vision model. And here we get the confidence. However, we can see, right, that there is a lot of there are a lot of things, let's say, in background. So actually, they are some kind. They can add some noise later when we analyze another feature. We will process. We will do something with this image, and you will see that the confidence will increase. Of course, also the caption will change, but yeah, just consider this, because of course, this confidence, we might say that it is low, less than 50%. It's like guessing. Even throwing a coin is, let's say, more accurate, right? Like random guess. But we get something, right? But what happens if, for example, we go back and go to the dense captioning, right? So again, image analysis, and we have the dense captioning. Let's select some picture. Let's say maybe this one, right? And here we see, right? A yellow car on the street. And well, in this website, right, when we click on it, we can see the bounding box where this description is found. A man walking on the street, a close-up of a car, and so, right? Yes. And of course, we can also get the JSON and the confidence level of these descriptions, of these captions, correct? Yeah, captions. So again, maybe the confidence is a bit low because of the background, because of a lot of things happening, but there is a way to improve it, right? With one of the capabilities, which I will explain almost at the end, right? So yeah, what do you think about it? Is it great? Is it exciting? I think so, but you will let me know later. Okay, good. So let's, oh, sorry, this is just some spoiler. Okay, so let's continue. Video summary. Okay, so this is another capability that is available. By the way, of course, the previous one can also, we can also develop an application, and I have an application for it. I will show it almost at the end, because, or even now, why not, right? Yeah, I will do it, because in the end, yeah, I also use the analyze image. So in this case, I have developed a mobile application, .NET MAUI application, although I will test it on Windows. And in this case, well, yeah, I added, there is a NuGet package known as Azure AI Vision. So we can integrate it into our .NET applications. There is also some package for Python, for example. Yes, so and of course, there is also the REST API. So you can send, make requests to some endpoints, right? I created a cognitive services resource, right? And well, yes, I connect to it. Here, around, just a second. Yeah. So here I connect. I will delete the resource later, so the key will be void. Anyways, so there is I ask the user to select some picture. I grab the path, and then I prepare the image analysis. I said, okay, I want caption, I want text caption, you know, one sentence, text tags, right? And in English language, just in case some text is found, blah, blah, blah. And after that, we just call the analyze async method from image analyzer object, right? And then we get results, right? Caption, we get the confidence level, the same thing that you saw in JSON, but now, of course, with an image. And well, I just also present the same with text. This is some very basic test, but just to show, just to demonstrate the functionality. So give me 1 second, the application will run, and yeah, you will see, right? So select the picture. Let's choose maybe this one, why not? And yeah, this is the caption. A person holding a phone while shopping in a grocery store with 0.47 confidence. And there is also a line. Natu, maybe this text was detected somehow. Yeah, somewhere. There is also a bounding box. Maybe this will be the next step for this application, to also show the bounding box there once I have it, right? Let me just select this one. This is the same picture that I tested, a person walking a dog on a leash on the street, and the different texts, right? Okay, yes, some numbers might be found there. Okay, so yes, it is possible. Okay, so now let's continue with video summary, which, as I said, this one is not available still in the developer or API, but we can test it on Vision Studio. Okay, so what is, because there are two capabilities here. Video summarization and search use a combination of natural language processing and computer vision techniques to analyze the content of a video. This is one of the outcomes and main outcomes of the Florence model, because it means that we can use natural language here for the frame locator especially to search for a specific keywords, sentences that happen in the video. And we can very quickly jump to the relevant section. As you can see in this example, where is milk on the floor, right? Okay, so it says milk on the floor is found or appears at these specific time frames. So this is frame locator. We just provide a query, what is happening, and then yeah, we can find when, where. And the video summary is yeah, it's also what we can observe, right, with, I don't know, OpenAI and these technologies that, okay, I provide some paragraph, make a summary of this. In this case, this generates a summary of the main points that are happening on the video. And it is also possible to get a transcript of spoken words to even add another search capability, right? So after it analyzes this video, it says, okay, this is the summary. In the grocery store video, there were several noteworthy events that occurred, including blah, 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 blah. And again, all this text makes sense, right? So let's test it, okay? So in this case, I go back to Vision Studio. And just a second. Okay, here we have it on the feature, for example, or even spatial analysis. I think, yeah, it is there. There are other capabilities, count people in area, detect when people cross a line. I have not tested those, or I have not worked with them, because even they were available before, right? But the newest one is this one, video summary, right? So, for example, let's analyze, okay, I don't know, the data center, and maybe we want to find where laptop computer appears, right? I just get, let's say, inspired by this frame. Okay, so I click on it, and yes, we choose a test, like, for example, look specific frames using a search. And, well, yes, there are some examples there, right? Person with a laptop. Okay, so we run it. And yes, there it is. So at this point, there is a person with a laptop. Maybe we can select some other time frame, for example, here. Okay, maybe this one, no. Yeah, of course, we can get later the JSON, and maybe the score or the confidence here was really, really low. Let's select another frame. Yeah, there is still laptop there. Let's choose, yeah, and this one, we don't see it at all. So maybe the confidence level was low. Here, what happens here? Also, no. Well, yeah, maybe in some others. Yeah, definitely it still has some issues, right? Yes. And also, as we said, we can also get a summary of the video. What happens in the video, okay? So a person is seen running in the server room, worker falling briefly on the floor, oh, poor him. An unattended backpack can be seen in the server room. So this brings a lot of possibilities, right? that mainly we analyze videos manually to find some, I don't know, some anomalies, right? So now this can be really helpful to very quickly scan or skim through these videos and find important information. And we don't need any like special string for it, just natural language, the same English that we use. I believe, I need to check, but I believe that currently only English is supported in this video frame locator, but most probably other languages will be supported later. I am not really sure, but we can check, of course, the documentation. Okay, so cool one. Let's move to number 3. Just a second, because I lost my mouse. Okay, so number 3, model customization. So this one, yes, requires an account. I will explain why, because there are some resources that should be created. But basically, if you know or if you have heard about custom vision, this is the upgrade. This is a better model customization generation. In the past, you use, or you can still use custom vision. You know, you provide pictures. You say, okay, I want to create an image analysis or object detection project. Then you upload some pictures. You say here there is a dog, or there is a bounding box here for an orange, and so. Yes, you still do that, but the main difference is that we are using now Florence, let's say, models, which, if you remember, they are trained for with descriptions, right? Rather than just appearances of specific objects, right? So this tool, model customization is much more powerful. It takes more time for training, but yeah, the outcome is a better one. And again, you can use, there is SDK available, there is REST API, and there is also Vision Studio. So what are the, here I can talk of the steps that you need for creating this model, to prepare a model customization. So in this case, I will go to my portal. Just a second, should be here actually. Yes, okay. So of course, there are 3 resources that must be created. The first one is, of course, a cognitive services resource that you can see here. The second one is an storage account. This storage account should include at least 2 containers, right? So I will show you. The first one is the training images, and the second one is the evaluation ones. So for example, here, training images, you will observe that, well, yeah, there are some photos. They are photos of fruits, right? Oranges, bananas, and apples. And then, of course, there is the evaluation images container, which with less examples, but also an important element, which is a JSON file. This JSON file, just give me a second, I will open it for you, I will show it. It's a, let's say, COCO model. It is called COCO model. And basically tells us the bounding box of some, let's say, of a picture, right? For example, this is for evaluation. Again, this is, you can see the, sorry, not the bounding box, but just information about the image. Let's say this is image 17, and I will open image 17. I have it here. Image 17 in the evaluation. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So here we have, right? Yes. So what is here, or what can you see here? This model can be produced by custom vision. Actually, you can export it, right? Or this file. Sorry, this file. But you can also create it on your own if you can. But here we can see, okay, some identifier, some metadata about the picture. We can see where it is located. Don't mind this one. I will explain in a minute. Absolute URL. This is the location in the storage account, and again some metadata. However, later, let's go here to this other section, and you will observe, yes, annotations. And for example, in ID1, we have some picture and we have some bounding box, right, of a specific item. Then later, ID1 will appear again to analyze the other, I don't know, the other example, right? Category apple, banana, orange. Like, for example, we can say that for this picture, it is category ID number 1. So this bounding box represents, what's category number 1? An apple, right? So this is the bounding box for the apple, right? In image with ID 25, we are displaying some banana. And so, right? So again, maybe we produce this with an external tool or with custom vision. However, if you don't have it, because we need these labels for both the training and the evaluation. If you don't have it, for example, in my case, I don't have it for the training, then in Vision Studio, we can create a model customization. So for that, we go to, let me find it, image analysis. Yes, I remember. Yes. So for example, image analysis and extract common tags from images. Then here, we select if we want to run a pre-trained vision model, the one that we, for example, access with the application or that the Vision Studio uses, or we can select a custom model. And if we click on train custom model, it will take us to the Vision Studio. Yes, I definitely need to refresh because I do have a data set, but for some reason it is not appearing. Yeah, probably it logged me out, right? So yeah, sorry for that. Not sure what happened. But yeah, here the data set would appear, and then, yeah, okay, this is not very good. So the data set will appear, and then I select the image, and I label each of them, similar to what you do with custom vision, right? The UI is quite similar. And after that, you will get a custom model that you can train. But for this, to train everything, actually, you need an Azure machine learning resource. And there is a project known as custom object, for example, detection labeling, right? So yeah, as I said, I'm not sure why the Vision Studio does not work right now for me. But here you can see in this machine learning, Azure Machine Learning Studio, the project is created, and we see we uploaded some pictures, like for example this, and each of them was labeled, right? There were 53 pictures. In this case, let's say I want to show the ones that I already approved, right? So you will see some of them. Yeah, for example, here I added, okay, here there is an orange, there is an apple. Yeah, I manually added all of these. There is also the possibility that if you if you label at least 12 of the pictures, hopefully with, let's say, equal distribution. Like, for example, if you have 3 categories, provide at least 4 examples of each, right? So you have 12. Then there is something called assisted labeling. This ML assist labeling helps you to train the rest, label the rest of your pictures. Imagine that you have 1,000, right? So thanks to the Florence large foundational model, it is possible, right? With very few examples, the model can understand what you are labeling. Again, but of course you need, well, it says that at least 2 examples per label, but if you distribute equally the samples, would be better, correct? And then here you can create a compute resource, right? It has to be a GPU, actually, and it will label all the pictures for you. But later you need to check. You need to evaluate if the labeling was correct or not, just to fix some errors, because of course there is no perfect model. Don't mind this 100%, but yeah, this just means that I labeled all the images and all were accepted, let's say. Yeah, that's it. You can approve. So yeah, that's the idea. And after you label and you accept all of them, then you go to the training. There is a training section. Again, this one is in Vision Studio. Unfortunately, I cannot show it for some reason. But yeah, you can train the new model, and after that, you can of course consume it in your in Vision Studio, for example. Right? And yeah, so this is what would happen. You select the model, and then you you will get some result from. Let me do very quickly. Okay, I will switch maybe to this profile. I will just test it if I can. I don't know. Show you this. So I will just switch to profile, and yeah, here again. Sorry for that. In the meantime, let me know if you have any questions. I will check. Okay. So it says, for example, what happens if the image is blurred? Will it give the category blurry, or does it just error? Of course, the label, probably you are talking about the label. You need to provide the label, what you are looking for. In my case, for example, I said that my annotations were 3. Yeah, it says from Diana, thank you for your question. What happens if the image is blurred? Will it give category blurry? Is error out? Not able to assign a category? Yeah, typically when you work with this assisted or even manual labeling, you might encounter some errors. You might say, okay, here, or maybe you can even discard the picture if you feel it's not suitable. Of course, when you do supervised training, it is good to provide examples in different, let's say, with different characteristics, with different features, because not all the time you will have super high quality images. Adding this diversity really helps the model. So just a second. Yeah, I need to, of course, switch to, yeah, okay, I will need to log out. Anyways, well, and it will take some time because I use, yeah, okay, so sorry, but yeah, I will some other examples because we are short also of time. But yeah, you get the idea. It works similar to custom vision. There is also the image retrieval. In this case, again, you need to provide pictures to the storage account. Yeah, and after that, you can query your own pictures with any let's say sentence that you would like for example, find mountains at sunrise. And yes, here there are some examples. So it is not only the object mountains, but the context, mountains at sunrise, right? Of course, there is also a threshold. So most relevant means with high confidence, and least relevant means, okay, maybe mountains or sunrise, any of these words are acceptable, right? But yeah, it's up to you. And well, here of course I will show the example with the let's say images that are already in Vision Studio, because again, for some reason, not sure why, my resource is not working. I created this in a different network, but then I switch, I move, and now we get this. I'm not sure why, but anyways. So I will go again to Portal Vision Studio, and I will work with the pictures that are already provided, okay? So, and we will do some image retrieval. Basically, it is that, right? So we go to image analysis, right? And let's go to okay, search photos with natural language. This is the image retrieval characteristic, right? So, and we select some data set, maybe nature, why not? And okay, search query, maybe, yeah, probably it will get us, yeah, we will have some sample captions, but of course we can provide our own when we work with our own data, because yes, we can select our own data. So okay, why not cactus in a desert or in the desert? And yeah, we get some pictures, right, too. But if we say, okay, least relevant, we might find some other pictures. Yeah, maybe they are also cactus, or in some other cases, it's only the desert, correct? But yeah, you see, of course, that if you increase the scope, you will get more results. So it's all about the precision that you want. You can adjust this, right? Yeah, it's a pity that I cannot show you the example with my own pictures. Sorry for that. Yeah, because you have this, try with your own images, but you need to sign in, right? And as I said, okay, but yeah, it will. I need to enter my details. Not sure if I have them. Okay, so because I need also the B2C. Okay, so in the meantime, maybe I will check another question. Hola, Ale. Hello, Ale. Okay, I see question from Abdularov Atia. I have an idea. To enable endpoint development of videos, why don't you take each frame of the video and use that as an image? You can certainly train a model with it, right? Thank you for your question. But to, let's say, get the best of it, you also need the caption, the description, what is happening in there, right? So yeah, this can, I mean, if you want to like train something with your own video, but of course you can also use this pre-trained model for to get the information of what's happening in that frame or in the whole video, right? Where a person entered this area, because maybe it's some section that no one is allowed, and yeah, okay. So just a second, I should have get some code which I haven't yet. Okay, I need. Okay, we also talk. Thank you for listening. We'll talk about the development, and you also asked at the beginning, almost, can we delete the images after they are uploaded? And Microsoft will still have the images after they deleted in any way. Okay, so in this case, it says that Microsoft, let's say, does not access your data, you are the owner of your own data, because as you saw, or as I said, you have it in your storage account, for example, right? If you are providing data for the training, for the evaluation, or even for this image retrieval, you have it in your containers, and you can set the privacy of these containers, if they are public, if they are private for your applications, or only at container level. But Microsoft never, let's say, access them, or they don't use them for retraining, right? But of course, after you train your model, you can make predictions with this model, and you can delete the images that you use for training if you are satisfied with your model. Definitely, you control your own data. You are owner of data. You decide when to remove the information. Yes, you can do it, definitely. Okay, thank you. And do you have API documentation? Yes, I will provide some links at the end. Thank you. And okay, this loading, hopefully. This okay. Not sure what happened. Okay, I will, while it is loading, I will continue with this, the image retrieval. We more or less explore the service, right? So there are two more capabilities. Well, this one, background removal. This one is really interesting. You probably have seen it in different like applications. Maybe I use Instagram, and I get a lot of advertisement about these magic applications that you take the picture and you can remove people that are behind you, or you can place yourself in some other scenario background, right? There are a lot of applications which do that, and now we can do it in our own applications, because this feature is available now in the version number 4. So you take an image, or you have an image, then you apply the background removal, you call the API, and yes, you can center the focus of your analysis in the what is important, right? And you can also apply some filters like alpha mate. And for this example, let's go to some code. Actually, here I have VS Code. Just a second. Yes, it is here. So in this case, I am using some extension REST client from Visual Studio Code. Just let me increase size here. Appearance, yes. Okay, so you can observe that I have my data here, resource, API version. Maybe I should increase it a bit more. Okay, good. And we are sending a post request, first of all, to some picture. If you remember the first one, where the girl and the woman were in a store, right? That's the one, right? So, and here we provide the picture. Okay, so let's do some post request here. And this is just the image analysis, okay? We will get the caption of it. And as a result, we get a woman and a girl in a grocery store, right? If you remember that picture, okay? Here we get the description. Then let's do the background removal, okay? So in this case, we are calling the segment endpoint image analysis. Previously, it was analyze, right? So now let's call this background removal request. And as a result, we will obtain actually the stream, the bytes, the picture you will see without the noise, without all the store background, right? And now we can apply the analyze endpoint, or we can call the analyze endpoint to this picture, to this new result. And we will get a different description, maybe something more focused on what is actually happening. Because yeah, a woman and a girl in a store, it's okay, it's on caption, but maybe we want to do, or we want to see something regarding the action, and this is the action. A woman looking at a phone. Maybe the girl was not detected. Okay, maybe we need to apply some other background removal or something, right? Or yeah, but you can see that the result is more different, right? The confidence is still a bit low, but we can check why later. Okay, but now the focus is on what is actually happening, on the action, not only on objects or the general description. Correct? So yeah, this was the last, let's say, new capability, and the rest is just some like improvement of previous characteristics. Image tagging, which includes not only objects, but also actions, right? Like skateboarding, for example, skating, right? Object detection, which we explored earlier, right? Detecting different elements inside the picture, and with the bounding box, optical character recognition in different languages. You get the text, you get the bounding box in the, if you analyze the JSON or you check the JSON. You can also, similar to background removal, center the focus of the image and get a thumbnail. And you can specify some size, right? Or some ratio, 0.75, 1.0 square image, or 1.5, which means wider than larger, right? Or than height. And of course, people detection, which we know it's a characteristic from image analysis, right? And yeah, well, of course, we can still test this in Vision Studio. So very quickly, let me show you. Oh, sorry. So here, right, we still have access in the image analysis to this characteristic, right? We still have the detect common objects in images or extract tags. So for example, let's just try this one in English, right? And yeah, this is the picture, for example, of the person skating, right? So we get the attributes, we get some actions happen with confidence level, and of course we can get the JSON, right? In this case, it is not a bounding box. Well, yeah, it's just the image analysis, right? Okay. So yeah, where to continue, where to learn more. So most of the examples needed, let's say, some cognitive services resource, so you can take a screenshot of it. You can also pause the video and later check this information, so you can follow up with these examples and of course learn the theory about computer vision. Okay, so that will be all from me. Thank you very much for your time. Well, we solved some questions, and I think there is a couple of minutes or maybe 1 minute. So if you have final question, I'm all ears. So, Alexia, what do you think about it?
Awesome. Thank you so much for this session. This was great. And there was a lot of interaction in the chat, which is awesome. Yeah, we have 1 more minute. So if folks want to ask any last minute question, that's great. In the meantime, I can jump in with our survey link if you have a few more minutes after the event to submit your feedback. We love to get feedback on the session that we're providing and what you want to see in the future. I posted the link in the chat, and the event code is 19313. And yeah, also join our community, follow us on Twitter to stay in touch with our future events. If you scan the QR code, you'll get all of our future events, both virtual and in person. We have 12 different locations, so feel free to join us anywhere. And it looks like we don't have any other questions. Luis, thank you so much for today.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me, and all the best for the rest of the May.I event.
Yeah, thank you.